This reading is for December 2020. But before we delve into what the cards have to tell you, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in the sky this month. First off, we have a lovely new moon on the 14th. It's actually a full solar eclipse that you'll be able to see in Argentina and Chile. But it's in the sign of Sagittarius, and because it's a new moon, it really has to do with new beginnings. And it's a very dynamic moon. It's very fiery. It also is doing a little dance with Mercury and Mars, adding even more dynamism. And this is a great time for you to be expressing ideas. And Aquarius, you always have lots of ideas, so share them with others. This might be a great beginning to something, a project, a business, even a relationship, okay? So don't hold back around the 14th. On the 29th, we have the exact opposite energy. It's a full moon in Cancer, and Neptune's hanging around. So there's going to be a lot of emotions on the surface. Because it's a full moon, there could be a little bit of volatility or unpredictability. So you're probably just going to want to make sure you're in a safe space emotionally around the 29th and do some journaling. Make sure you're with people that support you and understand you. Okay. So, first things first. I drew this card because I was just wondering what the overarching energy for you in December is, and I pulled the King of Pentacles. This is a great card for getting stuff done. You know, if you mix this card with, you know, that new moon on the 14th, it's just excellent for actually manifesting an idea, okay? The King of Pentacles oftentimes is one of the master manifestors, okay? So take advantage of that energy this month. It really lends itself to what I call practical magic, like taking practical steps to lead to a magical outcome. Okay, Aquarius, let's delve a little deeper into the month of December. So right away in the core of your reading, they're telling me that many of you may just be feeling a lot of pressure. And, you know, I'm not really surprised. It is the holiday season. But crossing this card, that sometimes means that you've taken too much on. This means that you have to delegate. You have the Strength card. And what that means is you need to listen to yourself. You need to listen to what your heart is telling you, your intuition is telling you, what you know your limitations are, whether that's with your energy, your time, your emotions, and you have to set some boundaries for yourself, okay? That's just where we're starting. Now, for many of you, I love this card. It's what's coming up. It is this card that oftentimes talks about rest after a lot of work. It oftentimes says that you will be very recognized for what you've done. So I just have to tell you, this is such a good omen that don't be afraid. If you're someone who's uncomfortable setting boundaries, uncomfortable expressing your needs, don't be afraid to do that. The Strength card is going to help you do that because you've done so much already that you're just a very liked person, and people are going to like you even if you set boundaries, okay? Now, for some of you Aquarians who are single and looking for love, we have two really great signs. Well, three actually. Let me put these together. These are for single Aquarians, and I'll get to the rest of you. In this position that talks about relationship, you have the Wheel of Fortune, right? So it turns. If things have been down, it means things are only going up. Your outcome is the Lovers, and, you know, with this as a really big message, it talks about finding a relationship within your community or a relationship that brings you into community, okay? This is beautiful. So this is a beautiful New Year's blessing. If you've really been actively looking for love, it looks like many of you are going to get your wish. Now, for those of you who are already in a really good relationship, this also bodes really well. You know, this just means that you may feel even more committed to your partner at this point, and enveloped in a loving community, and have some happy surprises. Okay, so this is just good for everybody. Now, if you right now are a person who is in a limbo land relationship, we have to go right back to the center of this. It is time to set boundaries, okay? If you are not getting your needs met, it's time to get strong. You know, this strength card means that you accept yourself 100%, you know, warts and all, and that you understand that anybody who truly loves you will accept you 100% for who you are. That can be romantic, that can be friendship, that can be family. You need to not stand for not being accepted for who you are. Because Aquarius, you're always an interesting person, and oftentimes Aquarians don't flow in the mainstream, and that's a pressure on them. Forget that. We need you. And by the way, on December 21st, we are moving into the age of Aquarius. I'm doing a separate reading on that. That will be coming out next week. We are moving into your time, and you will probably be seen as someone who was a forward thinker with the people in your life, okay? But anyways, the point is if you aren't getting what you need in a relationship, you know, I can tell, because this is what's in the consciousness aspect of your reading, it's death. What that means is many of you are really thinking in terms of it's time for a personal revolution, okay? This can be in relationship. If it is time, you know, go for that, all right? Now, for many of you, if we step outside the realm of relationship, although this reading seems to be quite relationship oriented, but let's step out of that. And we move into what we were talking about with that overarching energy of the Master Manifestor. Do not be afraid to transition out of something that you've been holding on to for security reasons into something new. Okay? You are the Master Manifestor. You can do it. You are the Strength card. So just go for it. There's one little bump in the road here. Just a little one. These two cards together, this is a card of not wanting to make a decision, and this is a card of commitment. So this is going to be an issue this month. The issue of commitment is going to be around, right? This card oftentimes represents really being afraid to make a decision because it'll bring a lot of change. This is the card of change. So, you know, I mean, I don't know if there's any urgency here or not, but, you know, it would be worth your time to explore what it is you're afraid to make a decision about, or what it is you're afraid to commit to. All right, Aquarius. I will be checking back in about that great conjunction on the 21st, and I will be doing a New Year's reading for you. So until then, stay safe.